On Monday, October 24th, Waterloo Region heads to the polls for our municipal election, and this is our opportunity to have an impact on the future of the WRDSB. ETFO believes that a strong public education system includes all, that all voices and perspectives must be heard and respected in our classrooms. We believe that we must continue to fight against systemic racism, colonialism, homophobia, and transphobia in our school board and our society. We are better when education workers, trustees, administrators, parents, and of course students work together in creating a school system that works for all. We must elect trustees that respect and value the work that we do and the important perspective that we bring. Must elect trustees that respect and value the work that we do and the important perspective. Every spring, our membership comes together to review and approve our local priorities at the spring business meeting. These goals are then used to guide the decision-making process of our federation throughout the year, including this endorsement process. The October 24th school board election is the most important in decades. We can't emphasize that enough. The outcome will directly impact your role as an educator and the experience of your students. The candidates you will learn about today most closely align with these priorities. These endorsement decisions have also been informed by experience. Your union has attended nearly every school board meeting in the last 6 years. We have watched the endorsed incumbent candidates advocate for our students, for our members' safety, for more resources for our classrooms. They have advocated for your collective bargaining rights. But over the last year, you may be aware that the WRDSB has been plagued by debates harmed some of the most vulnerable in our community, including students in our classrooms. Local 2S LGBTQ+ advocacy groups have publicly shared the impact that these debates have had on their clients. Sadly, the debates continue. And as such, we must be vigilant in understanding the messages being shared by our candidates. Some are advocating for a return to a back-to-basics approach to education by emphasizing literacy and numeracy over equity and inclusion. They continue to redebate the sex ed health curriculum revisions that took place many years ago. These trustees don't recognize or don't care that they have no purview over these topics. The Ministry of Education has given the boards specific direction on how equity is approached in the curriculum and has included in the curriculum. We must teach these topics. The Ministry of Education has also creates and revises curriculum documents, not local school boards. It's shocking to me that some candidates, including a couple of veteran incumbents, seem not to have an understanding of the essential duties of the job for which they are running. Trustee elections should not be about left or right on the political spectrum. Yes, each candidate should bring their own viewpoints to the job. We all do that. But at the end of the day, it should be about our students. All of our students. I'm scared. I'm scared that many in our community may not recognize what is truly happening in the WRDSB. As educators, we are the experts on our students, our classrooms, our schools, our system, and our communities. We are the experts on our students, our classrooms, our schools, our system, and our communities. Our voices must be heard during this municipal election. We must share what is actually happening in the classroom and how trustees can support that. It's not enough this year to simply vote. We must also share these experiences with our friends and our families. And if you're able, we would encourage you to support a candidate in any way that you can, by donating to their campaign, delivering some literature on their behalf, or simply sharing how you will be voting with those around you. But a sincere word of caution, and this caution comes from experience of educators not just in our region but across the province. Some trustee candidates and their supporters are actively trying to silence, demonize, and publicly shame local educators. Some trustee candidates and their supporters are actively trying to silence, demonize, and publicly shame local educators for posting on social media about the municipal election. Some of these folks have a very loud megaphone and are part of the right-wing media. Some of these folks have a very loud megaphone and are part of the right-wing media. The argument is that educators must be politically neutral in the public, that they should not share how they will be voting. And this is not true. ETFO members have a right to free speech and participation in the electoral process, just like anyone else. However, we ask that you are very cognizant of the messages you send, as we are indeed held to a higher standard by the Ontario College of Teachers. And so here's some advice. Remain politically neutral in your classroom at all times. Keep communication with your students and their families politically neutral as well. If you intend on posting publicly about this election, share only from a non-classroom related account. It should be your personal account. Never post political messages from WRDSB owned accounts or devices. Be respectful and professional in everything you post, and don't make assumptions on people's intents. Don't make assumptions on people's intents. Slow down and remember that online messages can be forwarded, taken out of context, copied, manipulated, and would then be impossible to remove from the internet. Finally, the ETFO cannot tell you how to vote. The ETFO cannot tell you. Only you can decide that. I'm not so naive to believe that our entire membership will choose to vote for our endorsed candidates. Our union is diverse, and that is indeed our strength. I know and respect that some will have very different perspectives and views on many of these issues and candidates. Again, we respect that. These endorsements decisions have been informed by our democratically approved local priorities, and serve as our recommendation to you. ETFO strongly advises the entire membership to do your homework, learn about all of the candidates, and vote on October 24th.
Hello, my name is Fred Meisner, and I have been a lifelong resident of Waterloo Region and a resident of Woolwich for the past 17 years. Well, I retired from education a few years ago, and I still find myself passionate about education, and I've decided to run for trustee for the school board representing Woolwich. I would like to thank ETFO for their generous endorsement.
Hello to members of the Elementary Teachers Federation of Waterloo Region. My name is Scott Piatowski, and I'm running for re-election for a second term as a trustee for the Waterloo Region District School Board, representing Waterloo and Wilmot. I want to thank ETFO Waterloo Region for endorsing me again. It is a huge honor to have the support of people who understand exactly what is at stake in this election. For those of you who would like to know a little more about me, my campaign website has information about me, some of my accomplishments over the last 4 years as a trustee and as chair of the board, and why I've decided to seek another term. Over the past 4 years, through some very challenging times and circumstances, this board has done some quite impressive work. I'm really proud to have played a part in that work, and I want to be elected for a second term so that I can continue to have a seat at the table and can continue to support the needs of students, families, and education workers. Please make sure that you vote either on October 24th or in an advance poll, and please encourage your friends, neighbors, and family members to do the same. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marie, and I'm running for trustee in the English Public School Board for Wilmot Township and the City of Waterloo. I'm hoping to make our schools more welcoming for all our students. I taught high school for over 30 years, and I was ready to retire and just close the door on that. But then I saw some problems in the system that I just couldn't walk away from. We need to make sure that all students see themselves represented in our books we teach and feel like they really belong in our classrooms. We need to make sure our dwindling budget doesn't affect the kids who need it most, like in special education programs. And as a mom, I'm driven to make sure our schools are safer for all our kids. We have the tools we need to do that. We just need to use them. You can email me if you want to sign, or if you want to donate, or if you have any questions, and I want to hear your concerns as well. My email is marie4trustee@gmail.com. You can also check out my website at mariesnyder.ca. And do vote on October 24th, because even if you don't have kids in the system, our communities will be affected by the education of this generation.
Hello, ETFO members. My name is Kathleen Woodcock, and I'm running for public school trustee in Waterloo Wilmot. In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, I acknowledge that the region of Waterloo is situated on the traditional unceded territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Neutral people, and is known as the Haldimand Tract. I want to give thanks to those that have cared for this land, both past and present. We are all treaty people. The next couple minutes, I want to talk to you about why those of you who are public school supporters and live in Waterloo Wilmot Township should vote for me on October 24th at the board table. And am I modeling good governance behavior for students? Ask for your support, the support of ETFO members who live in Waterloo Wilmot on October the 24th. Thanks a lot.
Hello, ETFO members. My name is Meredith Radlin. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you why I have put my name forward as a trustee candidate. I have been a resource teacher, a classroom teacher, and a principal. I know the time, effort, and thought you put into meeting the needs of students. To meet, the needs that the public think should be taught in the classroom. A candidate who believes in calling out bullying in every form, racism, heterosexism, and homophobia. I'm running as a trustee because I want to see every educator in the Waterloo Region District School Board working in schools where they feel valued and respected, but more so when the negotiations are with a government that has shown little respect for our profession. If elected, I am committing to always act in your interest and to affirm, validate, and champion the wonderful work that you do. Thank you for endorsing me and for actively supporting my campaign.
Hello, my name is Laurie Trimble, and I'm running in Kitchener for trustee of the Waterloo Region District School Board. I've been a long-time parent volunteer in the system, including classroom volunteer, Strong Start, early literacy coach, school council co-chair, and I've also volunteered as a parent on many board committees, including the Parent Involvement Committee, the Waterloo Region Assembly of Public School Councils, and others. As a trustee, I've been involved in many committees as well. I have been part of the process of hiring our new Director of Education, G1 Janica, developing our new strat plan, approving the recommendations of the French Immersion Review Committee, which I sat on as both a parent and then later as a trustee, and developing that new policy review and development procedure. I look forward to, in the next 4 years, working on implementing some of those initiatives, in particular using our student census data, so we can identify where barriers exist that are preventing certain students from achieving success, where more resources may be needed, and so on. As Director Janica has said, our education system has not served all students well, and we have the tools now, and I think the momentum to make some changes to our system that allow all students to be successful, to feel supported and welcome in our schools, and that is what I hope to continue doing. If you have any questions, please email me.
Hello, my name is Joanne Weston, and I'm a candidate for re-election as a trustee in Kitchener. Thank you for the opportunity to briefly introduce myself. You can find more information about me on my website, joanneweston.ca. I am a first-term trustee. I am the mom of 3 daughters who recently graduated from the WRDSB. Before becoming a trustee, I volunteered in schools and with Nutrition for Learning. As a trustee, I served as chairperson and vice chair, as well as on many committees. I'm here to work for you, for students, and for families. 4 years ago, when I ran for the first time, the role of trustee was not very well known, at least not in my circles. I think that's changed now. More people are aware that trustees set the policies and strategic plan that guide the board's everyday work. It's important that people sitting around the table will advocate for you and for every student in our board. My voting record has been clear. Every decision I have made in my first term has been to support teachers and staff so that they can support students. I have advocated to the ministry against cuts to funding and against larger class sizes. And I brought a motion to start the CO2 monitoring pilot project in classrooms. This pilot was prompted by what we learned in the pandemic, but the goal is to have healthy work and learning environments. I also know that students and staff well-being is essential for student success. We know that each and every student and staff member in our board, whatever their race, gender, or sexuality, must feel that they belong in our schools. We've made progress on these fronts, but we have more work to do. We cannot go backwards. It has been my pleasure to serve you for 4 years, and I hope to be re-elected in October. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to research candidates for trustee. Please get out and vote on October 24th or at the advance polls, and please tell your friends and family. Thank you.
Hello, ETFO Waterloo Region. This is Mina Wasim coming live to report to you some hot new news. We have a new bridge in Kitchener, Ontario, and her name is Mina Wasim. That's right, you heard it here first. Sorry, that was a little bit cringy, but hi everyone. My name is Mina Wasim. I'm 21 years old, and I'm running for school board trustee in Kitchener, so super excited. And this bridge background is totally planned, obviously, and not here to hide unfolded laundry in the back. Anyways, it's lovely to be able to chat with you all today, and I want to start by saying thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and for supporting my candidacy for school board trustee. Just when I think about the school board and when I think about why I got involved in this election, I'll read you some key stats that showed me an alarming need in our community for more diversity amongst our board and more authentic representation of different groups who can help to bridge gaps between our community. So this is from the 2021 student census, the first of its kind in the WRDSB. By the way, this little thing right here is just a mic so you can hear me. Don't worry about it if it keeps popping in and out of frame. So let's just start with languages. In our schools, Arabic, Chinese, Urdu, Punjabi, and Hindi are the 5 top languages spoken in WRDSB schools after English and French. And out of those 5 languages, I can speak 3, in addition to being able to speak English and French. Being able to speak different languages is an opportunity for us to engage so many new community members from the board side alone. I think is that the South Asian community is the second largest community in our schools at 12% of the student population. I'm Pakistani, I'm South Asian, and believe me when I say that communities do not take information seriously when it comes from someone outside of their communities. Most often, the most powerful ways to drive change and understanding and bridge building is by having someone within those communities champion key causes like mental health, like student success, and how that can look different for everyone, things to youth, and when it comes to working with them. Peer-to-peer advocacy is powerful. I am the closest member that they'll have to their age when it comes to being able to share things that they're concerned about, when it comes to parents sharing things that they want support with, that they might not know who to go to. Grateful that you have taken the time to check out my campaign after this call. Please take a moment to just hit up at least 3 of your friends and tell them that this is Mina Wasim. This is what she's about. You can check out her website at minaforschools.com. You can even Google her name to learn more about what she does. I have been working tirelessly to put our region on the national map in this country. And I wanted to come back here and bring all my skills, experiences, and networks because I so strongly believe that our region deserves better. You deserve better. Families deserve better. And we are only going to strengthen our region by engaging the communities that have been underserved here for so long. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hello, ETFO members. My name is Courtney Waterfall, and I'm running for trustee for the Waterloo Region District School Board. As a parent and foster parent with children attending WRDSB schools, I have witnessed firsthand the impact of strong teachers and education teams. I am passionate about public education and believe all kids should have the opportunity to be successful, but not by our definition of success, by their own. In 2017, I had the privilege of serving as trustee for about a year and a half. During that time, I had the opportunity to visit nearly every school in Cambridge and North Dumfries, as well as several other schools across the region. I truly believe we cannot and should not make decisions at the board table without seeing and hearing from those directly impacted by those decisions. Visiting schools, hearing about the challenges, and celebrating the successes is the most memorable and impactful part of being a trustee. My top 3 priorities for this role include ensuring a safe and inclusive environment for students and staff, ensuring the voices of our most vulnerable and underrepresented community members are not only heard but truly listened to, and ensuring the board works together professionally and effectively, committed to the success and well-being of students and staff.
Hello, ETFO members. Thank you for taking the time to look into the trustee candidates. All candidates are not the same in this election. I'm Carla Johnson. I'm a retired WRDSB educator and a former ETFO member. When I retired, I thought I was done with the education world. I had run for Cambridge City Council, and last spring I ran as a candidate in Cambridge in the provincial election. Then several people approached me to run for a number of municipal positions, and I could not deny that my heart and my passions were still with the education system. Now, not to oversimplify it, but I would actually enjoy being your trustee, to reconnect with you as teachers and the students, to be a voice for you. You know what works and what doesn't work. You're on the front lines in your classroom every day. I'd have a special spot in my heart for gifted learners, as giftedness is not always a gift. Educator friends, I celebrate you and all the beautiful, genius things you do every day. This fall, I'm running for trustee because my passion for education still runs deep in my soul, and the WRDSB has not had a trustee with teaching experience in over 5 years, so it is time.
Hi everyone, my name is Jane Herring, and I'm a trustee candidate up for re-election in Cambridge and North Dumfries. I would encourage you to follow social media accounts and redo your research for all of the current trustees and candidates. I would like you to follow us and check out what we've been saying for the last year or 2 years. You can certainly go back and look, and it'll give you an idea of who we are and what we stand for. I support all of our 2SL LGBTQIA plus students. I am a huge supporter of staff, and I am not very tolerant of those who don't support all of our students. I think what I'd really like to say to you today is that I was a staff member for 31 years with the Waterloo Region District School Board. I retired as the manager of corporate services. My husband is a retired secondary school teacher. I think that we understand this board. This board has been very kind to our family, and I'm trying to give back. I am a big supporter of my community. I'm a big volunteer in my community, and I have been watching this election for the last 30 years. I am really concerned with what I'm seeing. We have a lot of candidates who I don't believe are acting in the best interest of our students and staff. And it is more important for you to do your research than ever before. I would ask you to encourage all of your friends and family to come out and vote. The vote is on October 24th, but you can vote in advanced elections, advanced polls. So I would encourage you to seek those out. The bottom line is we really need you to come out and vote and support our students. It's more important than ever. And I would encourage you to, as I say, do your research. And thank you for this opportunity. I'm very thankful to the support that we have received from our union partners in this election. And I think that is indicative of the seriousness and the concern that we are all feeling. So thank you. I hope to see you. I hope to be reelected. I would like the opportunity to serve our students and our staff and our families in this region again for another 4 years. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Hello, ETFO Waterloo. My name is Christy Stansel, and I am Vice President here at ETFO Waterloo. Part of my portfolio is PAPR, Political Action Public Relations. So I'm here to talk about the election, municipal election happening on October 24th. So first thing first, number one thing that we would like you to do, we need you to vote. We need your family to vote. We need anybody who is eligible to vote to vote. So municipal elections are traditionally the lowest voter turnout. I'm going to speak a little bit slower. Municipal elections are the lowest voter turnout out of all the elections, which means that your vote counts, is more important. And I don't want to say counts more because that doesn't make sense, but it makes more of a difference because 1 vote or 2 votes or 25 votes makes a huge difference in these elections. So we would appreciate if you could vote. So October 24th, all you need is a government issued piece of ID, and then you can head to your polling station. If you would like to take, so this is the other thing that's coming, we have a list of endorsed candidates. So municipal elections, because they're not as well advertised, often people end up voting for names that they recognize, but they don't really know anything about, or people that sound like great people because they don't know anything about them. So here's an ask. If you're looking for candidates that are endorsed, that you are great for public education, and we have endorsed them, or the Labour Council has endorsed them, you can take that list in with you to the voting station, and you can put that next to your voter card, and you can check off their names. There is no rules prohibiting you from doing that. So you can leave I will send an email for you the week before and the day of. You can take that email and you can check off their names, or You can check out the Labour Council website. It has a list of all of them by ward and by area. You can do that. Or if you're just looking specifically for the trustees, you can check out our website. Also has the endorsed candidates that we are endorsing, trustees for the areas that we are in. So we have 1 in Wellesley, we have 3 in Waterloo, we have 4 in Kitchener, and 3 in Cambridge. We are trying to elect full ballots this year, full complement of trustees, because there are quite a few candidates who are not education friendly, who are anti-LGBTQ+, 2I+, few candidates who are not education friendly, who are anti-LGBTQ+, 2I+. We have a lot of groups that have no business getting involved with education. We're backing some of these trustee candidates, and we definitely don't want them running the school board or advising the school board on how things should be done. That is definitely not something that we want to have happen. So we are really pushing our endorsed candidates. Because we know that they are education friendly, and we know that they will advocate what's best for the staff and the students that work for WRDSB. We talked about the PT today, we talked about the election on the 24th, we talked about the importance of the endorsed candidates. I also would like you to spread the word with your friends and your family, your neighbors, anybody that you're talking to about the election. Put a lawn sign out, just to start a conversation. Because a lot of people don't know about the candidates. They can say, why do you have this particular sign in your lawn? And you can talk about that candidate and why you are voting for them, or why they are great for education. If you want to go a little bit further and you'd like to help out with a campaign, that would be great. They would love to have you. Volunteers are usually very hard to find with municipal election campaigns, so they would love to have you. If you are looking for support kind of in a general way of all of the trustee candidates, please give me an email or a call. I can help with that. And so October 24th, you are going to vote. You're going to take your list with you like we talked about. You are going to vote. You're going to take your list with you like we talked about. You're going to vote. And then the night of the 24th, we are having an election night party. You're going to watch the election results on Rogers TV and play some games, have some prizes. We'd love to see you. If you're interested in coming, please register once the registration is open next week on Eventbrite, and that will come out on your Monday newsletter. But thank you so much. And I'm going to say this one last time. Please vote. Please have everybody that lives in our region that is supportive of public education vote. October 24th. Thank you.